This video is going to show you how to complete a document in your Keyboarding Online lab and then run a document performance report to ensure that you've completed all of the documents for the week. So again, in your syllabus, on your course calendar, it'll also be listed in Blackboard what you should be working on for the week. So you will find the session that we are working on, and the first set of documents that you are going to complete are actually going to start in the 61 to 120 book, which is session 61, reviewing basic word processing and document production. So I'm going to go ahead and swing this open. And then you can either access the documents from the navigation pane if you scroll back down, but it's super nice because it just loads right here in the middle of the screen. So anytime that you see the little world with the piece of paper, this is really nice. This is built-in tutoring for you inside your online lab. So if you click on this, it will open directions or a video on how to complete the tasks that you are going to learn about in the documents for this session. So please take advantage of these free tutoring videos and links out here. So you can watch the video 61.1, but I'm going to jump right into document 61.1, keying a Word document. And I'm going to launch it. And remember, before you do this, you have to have Microsoft Office Word 2016 or 365 loaded onto your computer. So before you begin, it tells you that please turn to page 6 and 7, and this is, again, your 61 to 120 book, and then when you're ready, launch the activity. So what you are looking at here is, this is Word. This is actually pulling up a copy of Word from your computer, and it's a blank screen because you were going to type the text the book provides you. Now sometimes you will be given text already on the screen, and then the directions in the book will ask you to make changes. What you need to familiarize yourself with are the items that you see over here on the side, right-hand side. So after you complete a document, and I'll walk through that, you are going to check it. The online lab is going to grade your document for you based on the answer key that is programmed behind the scenes and what you typed. I always tell students to stay away from new graded attempt. What this does is, if you want to start completely over, as far as like a blank slate, click this button. But I always tell students, unless you accidentally typed the wrong document, don't click that button. Just go through and correct your errors. And then we'll get into submitted results and show both in a minute. So basically what you're going to do is, it told us to turn to page 6 and 7 for this example, and you can see there's a whole page of directions on page 6, and then there's text at the top of page 7 for you to type. You type everything exactly as you see it, with the exception of letting Word wrap your text for you. So I'm going to type this document, and then we are going to check it. Okay, so when you're done typing the document, I always recommend a couple of things. What I should have done before I started was, you want to turn on Show Hide. This button on the Home tab in Word, this is also called formatting characters. This will allow you to see all of the times you've pressed Tab, Enter, and the spaces in between each word so that you don't accidentally have extra spaces. If it's annoying when you type, you can turn it off, but I definitely recommend turning it on before you click Check. So what's happening here is, I always tell students to stop before you click check, because if this were not a practice document, your one attempt would count against you and you would only have one left. You want to quickly look over the paragraph the book gave you versus your paragraph and see if you made any mistakes. So the obvious ones are the ones that Word might underline in red, green, or blue. So I'm going to go ahead and correct this one. And then you might want to run through and see if you left out any words. Okay, so when you're happy and you're done and you think you followed all of the directions that the book gave to you, you are going to click check. So remember, on non-practice documents, you only get 2 attempts. Okay, so I'm going to click check. And it just says, are you really sure you want to grade this? And you're going to always click OK. And then you should see under results, a green bar moves fairly quickly. And remember, we do not worry about your words a minute. We only care about errors on your documents. You're only graded on words a minute for your 5-minute timings. So it's comparing your document to the answer document. Now it tells me down here, I have 5 errors, okay? But look, you cannot see them. So what you want to do is, you want to click Show Both. So I'm going to click Show Both. What this does is, this puts your document at the top and puts the answer key at the bottom. So anything that you see over here with red lines is telling you what is wrong with your document. You also need to turn on show hide. Okay, turn on show hide down here at the bottom. In case you have extra spaces that are not showing up with the red line or that are just pointing to nothing and you're like, I don't know what this is. Okay, so what I want to do is start right at the top. Okay, so the first thing I have, it says keep this in mind as it should be you. So I'm just going to come up to the top and fix it. And then it says I have another error. So let's take out this extra space. See how I pressed the space bar after the end of my paragraph before I pressed enter? So I'm going to take out that space. And then it tells me I have an error in the second paragraph. So this should say what you are selling. So what you are selling. And then I left out the word the. You are trying to make the hiring manager contact you to set up an interview. So when you think you've gone through all of the errors, and again, you have a scroll bar down here. So you want to make sure that you've corrected all of the red lines. And then if you look over here, you're going to see gray lines. If you click the gray line, it will actually show you what the document should look like, and the line turns to red. If you click it again, it'll take it back to showing you all of your errors. So again, I get one more attempt. So you really want to make sure that you've cleaned up all of your errors as much as possible. And then you're going to click submitted to get rid of the bottom document. And then you're going to click check again. And then let's see how many errors I have. So again, on all documents that are not practice documents, you get 2 attempts. I take the higher of the 2 grades. And perfect, so you can see you have 0 errors. So now if you were ready, you could click next and you could go on to 61.2 and then pick up with there. So if you have any questions about how to complete a document, please contact me. So now I'll show you how to I'll show you where the Keyboarding Online Lab records your documents so that I can see them as well. So I'm going to click on Course Menu. And I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. And I'm going to swing open Course Reports, and I'm going to go to Document Performance. And then here is where it will start to list all of the documents that you've completed and the day and the timestamp and how many times you've completed it with your errors. And this is what shows up on my end as well. So obviously I would put in Blackboard that you earned 15 out of 15 because you had 0 errors. So again, if you have any questions about how to complete a document or check your document performance, please reach out to me.